Hi Aries, and welcome to your Love Tarot forecast. This is for July 1st through July 15th, 2019. We'll look at singles, couples, dating, it's complicated, all of the above. So Aries, let's kind of get a feel of past, present, and future energies for these first 2 weeks of July in regards to love and romance. Okay, so we have feelings ignited. That's kind of past energies are coming into July. And we have new romance. Excellent. That says we are transitioning through these first 2 weeks. And flirting. And that's kind of how we transition into the second half of July in regards to love and romance. So, for those of you who are single, this right here is very promising for a new romance to come into your world, or kind of like I feel that it's already there for some of you. You know, feelings ignited, that's how we're coming into July. So those of you who have recently met somebody, these first 2 weeks of July, you guys are just really enjoying each other, okay? Also, single Aries, get yourself out there. There's new romance waiting, okay? I mean, hello, right there. Those of you that are kind of in these complicated situations where you're, you know, digging on somebody, but it's like kind of a back and forth thing, I feel that there's a new romance like trying to come in, trying to turn your head from that complicated situation. And Aries, based on this, if that's the case, I would give this new romance a shot and, you know, not hold back, hoping for things to work out with, you know, the relationship that's kind of complicated, not committed, not really going anywhere. Also, some of you could have a little admirer going on. Is there somebody, you know, in the workplace, in your friend circle, on social media that's like liking all of your stuff, or they're very like flirty, very helpful in person? Aries, you have a little admirer going on here with these cards. Now, those of you who are in existing romances, what I feel about this is very positive. It's kind of like you guys are falling in love again, or there's been, you know, some new energy sparked between the two of you, and it feels very lovely. We're getting along, we're having a good time. There's not fighting, it's not conflict. It's like you guys are rekindling, falling in love all over again. Very beautiful, Aries. So let's pull some tarot dice. And see what comes out there. Okay, so we have the Three of Pentacles. That is definitely a coming together, you know, compromise, being on the same team. Could also indicate some romance in the workplace, around the workplace, you know, this little admirer that some of you have going on. And now, look at this, Two of Swords. With that, Aries, some of you, this to me is like you don't have any idea about somebody, you know, kind of watching you and being interested in you. You have no idea. Now, others of you, this might be, you know exactly who this person is, and you're like, no way, Jose, not this day, not ever. Okay, that there is that with the Two of Swords. But those of you who are in existing romances, this to me is where we are coming together, compromising in harmony and flow, and moving away from heavier energy, okay? The fighting, the contrast, the not seeing eye to eye, the not getting along, the I'm tired of looking at your face, you know, that type of energy. Definitely overcoming it with that Two of Swords, coming after this Three of Pentacles, okay? Now, a Nine of Wands. I'm just going to pull them all, and then we'll get into that because they're all wands, which tells me there's a lot of fire, heat, and passion. We have the Knight of Wands, and lastly, we have the Two of Wands. This is like a coming together, in my opinion. So, Aries, listen. some of you, I think there's a lot of attention. This honestly could be where, you know, you can't get a date to save your life. And now all of a sudden, these first 2 weeks of July, it's like you're feeling a little overwhelmed, like people kind of coming out of the woodwork, a lot of flirting, you know, you just feeling noticed in the spotlight. And this to me is kind of just like, whew, right there in your face, where it hasn't really been existent prior based on these two dice. And then all this fire energy, just like, whew, a lot. Now, those of you where there's this situation where you're like seeing somebody, dating somebody, but there's no real commitment there, Aries, what I see going on here is kind of the same thing. Like whatever new is coming in, you should definitely decide to entertain that for a while and put that other situation on the back burner, because you're going to have a lot of fun with this new person. Single Aries, lots and lots of attention. Coupled up Aries, again, you guys are overcoming, like, you know, yuckiness, just where the energy is heavy and thick and we're not really enjoying each other or the path that we are currently on. And it's a nice, beautiful shift, Aries, and you guys come together in a more place of understanding and peace and flow, and you're happy to see each other's face. Like, it's just a beautiful energy. Single, coupled, complicated. Those of you in those complicated situations, again, I don't feel like it's speaking to that person. There's new energy coming in, a new romance for you, and that's exactly, you know, where you should be focused. So let's pull some more cards, Aries. Yeah, some of you, yeah, look at this. Competition, jealousy, old flames. So some of you, this could be, you know, somebody from your past that's kind of watching, that's you're not aware of, or that you've blocked out, okay? Some of you, I do have to say, like, you've blocked somebody, you've cut them off from the past, but they're still trying to get in, Aries. They have not stopped thinking about you for 1 second, whether you're interested in it or not. And, you know, this is general, so it could go the other way. You know, somebody who blocked you off could actually now be in a place of interest, and that might be a little bit shocking to you. Like, wait, what? You blocked me, you walked away from me, like, and now here you are flirting and trying to get back into my world. So I do see an element of that. And again, back to like this admirer or crush, Aries, some of you are not aware of it, and others of you who are, I don't think it, like, you don't, like, you try to push them away. All right, so nice. We have the 10 of emotions, happiness, togetherness, tribe. I'm just going to pull them all. Ooh, nice. Bringer of emotions, token of affection, a romantic offer. That's coming out under this 9 of wands. And so Aries, to me, that's talking about a lot of attention coming your way romantically. Others of you, you know, this is unexpected attention coming your way from somebody that's been watching you, or kind of somebody from your past, all right? Those of you in existing relationships, this speaks volumes. Where, again, we're having the challenge, we're having the jealousy, the fighting, you know, the internal competition with each other, because that does happen in relationships. Like, when you've been together for a while, you know, sometimes it's rough, right? And you just got to weather through it, and, you know, remember that there are good times that you've had, because that's where you guys are coming back into, okay? A lot of happiness, a lot of connection, a lot of flow. I think, like, maybe some of you are going on a vacation or something along those lines. Like, there's a shift in your life which relieves a stress off one or both of you, and that is like what allows you guys to remember your love and just really get kind of caught up back in each other. It's very beautiful. Some of you with this old flame returning, I definitely see a second go round, even if you thought like never again, just because of the way these cards are coming out. And now we have the divine masculine of thoughts, which this could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And lastly, we have the 5 of roses, emptiness, guilt, insecurity. All right. Yeah, so I'm going to run through all the scenarios, Aries. What I see going on here, Let's start with the singles. Again, there is, you got some admirers. I'm sorry, with the Seven of Flames here, there's more than one person interested in you. And so there's some Aries out there where I feel like, oh, you say, there's nobody, you know, I can't get a date to save my life. Well, that could be true, but what I see is, for some of you, what is coming your way, what has been coming your way, has not been of interest to you. Like, you're just like, I don't want that, or we're not compatible. It's just been a lot of misconnections, okay? And now it's, here we come into July, and it's like everybody who ever dated you is remembering you and hitting you up and trying to see what's going on in your world. Aries, there is a lot of attention coming your way, especially for those of you, there is this old flame energy coming through. Okay, and with emptiness, guilt, and insecurity ending the reading, I mean, like, that's probably the worst, like, card and everything that's come out. To me, that's somebody feeling kind of bad and sad and remorseful for how things ended in the past. And now, Aries, it looks like you're kind of on top, like you're shining, you're getting a lot of attention, and that old flame is noticing that and feeling a lot of jealousy and feeling a lot of insecurity because they still have a thing for you, and they definitely might come in and make a play for you, okay? Some of you, this could be where you've gotten into a new romance and you're enjoying it, and now here's the ex coming back in because they're seeing your happiness and realizing, oh my God, I may have lost Aries. What can I do about this? And that might be why you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed, okay? I don't have enough information here to tell you which way to go, like, and this is a general, so I really wouldn't do that anyways. What you've got to do, Aries, those of you where it's like you're in this new romance, but there's this person like trying to come back in from the past because they see that you're finally moving on and no longer this option for them, you've got to listen to your heart and soul. You've got to ask Spirit, you know, which way do I go? I mean, if I were in your shoes, and this is just me, I would go with the new romance based on this reading because of what I see here. And, you know, what's meant to be is meant to be. You have to definitely follow your own path, follow your own heart, what is speaking to you, because you're on your life journey, all right? Those of you in new romances definitely got a jealous ex, and if they're not coming back into your reality, just know that they're seeing what's going on, and they are jealous, and they are insecure, and they are feeling bad. That they've lost their opportunity, their chance here, okay? Or at least that's how they perceive it, seeing you with somebody else. Those of you in those situations where it's like a complicated relationship, there's no real commitment, it's kind of back and forth. What I see here, Aries, again, is there's new love. There's a lot of attention coming your way, and you should get kind of lost and caught up in that. And maybe that would wake up this other person to realize, you know, that you are the thing. You're not just an option. You're the option, the one, all right? Sometimes you've got to shift your energy and kind of cut somebody off, block them out to wake them up to the way that they disrespect you and the relationship that you guys share, okay? So just keep that in perspective. Those of you coupled up, again, I see this reunion of love between the two of you, overcoming, you know, some emptiness, some insecurity, some jealousy, you know, issues from the past. I feel like that is now finally blocked out of your guys' life, and you're in this place of harmony and prosperity and flow with each other, falling in love, connecting on a deeper level, just really enjoying each other and the relationship itself, okay? So let's pull some more cards, Aries. Right, so we have shift perception, we have empathic connection, and we have unaligned intentions. Okay, so those of you coupled up, right there, this speaks volumes. This is your love, okay? This empathic connection with each other, that is your bond. And because that exists, where we're not aligned with each other, where we're off, where things have been out of balance, there's shifting in perception, all right, that's taking place, that's allowing you guys to align in this beautiful new vibration of love with each other. So for couples, this is like overcoming challenges and struggle and reconnecting in the emotional body, all right? That's the overall message for these first 2 weeks of June. Singles, listen, I really feel there's somebody coming back from your past that they blocked you, you blocked them, or you just thought never again, and they're showing back up. And all along, you guys have had like this empathic connection, okay? However, intentions were not aligned in the past, and somebody has to really shift perception, shift vibration in order for you guys to be compatible. And so that might, be where those of you in this new romance, here's this ex coming back, and you've really got to evaluate, are we in that right place vibrationally? Like, could we really make it work this time around if they're trying to come back in, okay? Others of you, this ex or this past flame definitely is still very connected to you. I feel watching you from afar, and there's a recognition in them of responsibility for what's happened, why it didn't work out in the past, okay? Man, and this also, the shift of perception is for some of you are going to recognize and wake up to who this crush is in your reality, who is just like all about you that you maybe have been ignoring, like boom, it's right there. Those of you in these complicated situations, pretty much the same message. Your intentions are not aligned with that person despite the connection. And it's like they've got a shift in perception with the way they treat you, the way they view the relationship in general, and give more weight to the empathic connection rather than everything else that is involved in this relationship. And so that's probably why Spirit has brought you a new romance, because that person, it's like they've got some evolving to do, which, would ultimately only cause you pain having to suffer through that process with them, because there is a lot of disrespect, a lot of distance, a lot of pushing away. And so I feel Spirit's bringing in a new romance to distract you, and this to me would be like a soulmate energy for you. Very healing. You'll have a lot of fun with them, and what's meant to be is meant to be, Aries, so you don't have to worry about all that. Just enjoy life, live your life. It's a good time for romance for Aries these first 2 weeks of July. So Aries, those are your messages. I am wishing you all the very best. Take care.